Hi, I'm Noah, and I'm roasting one person from every country in the world in a random order. Today I'll be roasting President of the United Arab Emirates and a man who looks like an accountant who's hoping no one notices his suspicious books or his incredibly large house, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan. MBZ, as he's often called in English, allows his country to be a haven for people with dirty money, everyone from Russian oligarchs to Iran's Revolutionary Guard as they try to avoid the law and international sanctions. I'll say this for MBZ, he doesn't have double standards. If he's going to store his dirty money in the UAE, he might as well let everyone else do it too. In 2018, a UN investigation found evidence that the UAE may have committed war crimes through its airstrikes in the Yemeni civil war by failing to distinguish between combatants and civilians, leading to thousands of civilian deaths. I mostly agree with the report, but I'm not sure that it proves that MBZ failed to distinguish between combatants and civilians. Just because he killed them doesn't mean he didn't know they were civilians. MBZ supplies weapons to the Sudanese warlord Hamedti, who has been accused of horrific atrocities in and outside of Sudan. It's hard to believe that MBZ works with Hamedti. Hamedti uses military force to consolidate power at the expense of civilians in such a way that makes it clear that he places zero value on human life, but other than that, he and MBZ don't have that much in common. The UAE has one of the worst modern-day slavery problems in the world, which is exacerbated by the fact that MBZ's government bans unions and will punish workers who strike with an employment ban, an especially dangerous prospect for the most vulnerable migrant workers. If migrant workers lose their jobs, they may be forced to leave the UAE, or almost as bad, they may be forced to stay. MBZ leads a politically oppressive regime which jails activists and subjects them to torture, sometimes even for protesting other governments, such as in the case of Ahmed Atum, who was sentenced to 10 years in prison for criticizing Jordan's government on Facebook. You can't say that MBZ doesn't care about human rights abroad. You can get tortured for supporting those, too. MBZ has established such close ties with Israel that during his recent dispute with Saudi Arabia over their conflicting interests in Yemen and Sudan, he's asked that pro-Israel groups in the US accuse Saudi Arabia of anti-Semitism. MBZ has done the impossible. He's managed to say something negative about the government of Saudi Arabia that they don't really deserve. Alright, please consider donating to help the family that I sponsor in Gaza. If you'd like to support me or watch bonus videos, please check out my Then let me know who to roast from your country, and join me next time when I'll be roasting Indian Prime Minister and a woman who looks like she spent every party trying to think of the perfect thing to say to the hostess to destroy her emotionally, Indira Gandhi.